this episode of Horse Shelter Heroes.
We are gonna pull a little mini horse named Coco in. So we're gonna do a lid margin resection and suture the eye closed. We are happy today because Paulo and Cleopatra are both getting some turnout time in a grassy field.
So you think you're gonna take him?
Oh yeah.
All right, fastest adoption of the year.
This foot, his wall is so thin and his anatomy is so unusual that we kept on sticking him where we shouldn't be sticking him.
We just put a microchip in him and his temp is sitting at about 105.2. So we're gonna get the vet's opinion on what we should do next.
You don't want to miss a single second of Horse Shelter Heroes.
We are gonna pull a little mini horse named Coco in. Coco has a stable eye. It's not infected or cancerous, but she has microphthalmia and kind of a shrunken eye. So we're gonna do a lid margin resection and suture the eye closed so she doesn't have chronic dust and irritation affecting the area. It's a lot less invasive than a full enucleation is, but Coco also has some chronically elevated liver values, so we're gonna have to be really, really careful with our level of sedation, and hopefully our nerve blocks will work, so we're gonna try to do everything standing and as quickly as possible. Regina and I are here working on Coco. First we clipped and prepped, and then we numbed sensory and motor function around the whole eye. So we're not working with the eyeball itself, we're just working with the lid, but we want the lid to not be able to move and also make sure Coco can't feel what we're doing. So that is finished. We're gonna flush the eye socket out really well, and then we're gonna put some bupivacaine in the eye itself to kind of numb that, and then we'll be ready to go with our surgery. See how the lid is rolled in on itself? So that's called entropion, and those lashers are gonna cause chronic irritation to the eye. Our nerve blocks are working. We have successfully resected upper and lower lid margins. And now we are just gonna suture the lids closed and we will be finished.
All right, so Coco's eye surgery is done and we checked his teeth and he has a few things that need to be taken off. But other than that, he's doing really good.
Yeah, this is his adult tooth, came in at a weird angle.
Yeah, he was
So he didn't ever shed his baby tooth.
We just finished Coco's eye surgery. He did great. He handled his sedation really well. His eye looks puffy because the stuff we used to block his eye made it look puffy, but he hardly lost any blood. He had some sharp points on his teeth that Dr. Gina fixed, and he is waking up. So really happy with how that went, and hopefully he can go up for adoption very soon. Atlas came in through our buyout program last month. He was very thin. He had a puncture wound to his face. And at the time we probed it, it seemed to be really superficial. And so we cleaned it and closed it. He's been through 3 rounds of antibiotics. He still has a really low body condition score, even though we floated his teeth. And his face wound continues to drain, and he's got some swelling on that side of his face. So there's definitely something more significant going on deeper in his head. We're gonna repeat some radiographs of his face and see if we can tell what's going on there and make a plan for how to best care for him. We just finished taking radiographs of Atlas's face, and we're about to run some blood work to see what is going on with him systemically. We just got Atlas's blood work back. His CBC showed that he actually has low white cell count, which is unusual because normally in a horse with a suspect infection, we have a higher white cell count, but he still has swelling in his face. We've treated him with several antibiotics. We're gonna change to a different antibiotic. We don't really have anything that we can culture right now. to check and see if our antibiotic choice was the problem. So we're going to keep him here in our hospital. We're going to keep him on systemic anti-inflammatories and systemic antibiotics and hope that he turns around. We are concerned that something is going on with him. We don't know why he's not gaining weight. He's been on a refeeding program and eating really well. And he doesn't have diarrhea or internal parasites. So we're going to keep a really close eye on him and hope that he turns around with this new treatment plan. On radiographs, we didn't see anything remarkable. We saw soft tissue swelling, which is consistent with edema. So we didn't see a big pocket. This isn't an abscess pouch. We didn't see any fractures. It's not his teeth roots. However, the equine head is a very complicated anatomical structure. So Dr. Gina and I will probably sit down with our anatomy books and look a little bit closer, but nothing jumped out at us on initial glance radiographically, which means it's probably all in that soft tissue plane. We are happy today because Paulo and Cleopatra are both doing really well with our wound treatments. Both of them are out of bandages for today. And so they're getting some turnout time in a grassy field. Hopefully Cleopatra's nice to Paulo. He's a little bit annoying, but that's what we're doing. Caitlin and I just turned Cleopatra and Paulo out. They earned some sunshine time and they've gotten a little stir crazy. They've been in our hospital since the day they came in. So we're all really happy that they're stable enough to go out and get some sunshine and exercise.
So it is finally warm enough to give horses baths, and I have a lot of younger horses that I couldn't really handle too well over the winter, and now they're getting to the point where I can handle them a lot more easily. So I'm going through and giving baths to the ones that have some mud caked up on them that I really haven't been able to get to. I tried using curry combs and stuff like that when it was a little bit cooler out, and it's just not working. It's hurting them, so I decided to wait until it was warm enough to give them baths and make it a pleasant experience for them. So right now I'm working on Tansy. She's a younger horse. She's I believe around 3 years old, and she really started making progress, like coming around and figuring stuff out last week. So this is actually her first bath, and she's doing amazing. Doing a great job, kid. Keep up the good work. We're gonna get rid of this dandruff in no time. So here's a little tip or trick for you. After giving your horse a bath, instead of just sleeking them all out, work that hair up a little bit. It'll help them dry off faster. Just kind of go all down them like that, make them look all curly and weird looking, and then you're good to go. So Tansy is all done. We got all the dirt off of her, and she's looking a million times better, and I bet she feels a million times better. We got a few more colts that we're gonna get in today and do this with, and that's pretty much gonna be my day, spraying horses with water.
I'm getting ready to groom Mr. Bo. He has an adoption appointment today, so I just wanna make sure he's looking his best and looks all nice and cute.
So you think you're gonna take him?
Oh yeah.
All right, fastest adoption of the year.
You guys let it come to you with Lynette and her.
Did you get that?
Yes, I
All right, good deal.
My name's Lynette, and I came here today to adopt this beautiful boy. His name is Bo. He's a little Hackney pony. He's quite old, I guess. I have a mini horse at my place that is missing an eye and needs a buddy, and Bo is partially blind, so I thought they'd be good pasture buddies and could live their lives out together.
All right, so Bo was adopted. He's all loaded in the trailer and they are ready to go. We're extremely happy for Bo, and we know that we're gonna get plenty of updates because the person that adopted Bo is a good friend of Dr. Lydia's and has known this organization for a long time.
So we got a few visitors. They actually help us with the marketing and promote Horse Plus media content everywhere else that we don't normally promote. And they are actually here visiting Horse Plus. So I'm gonna help them out, show them a tour, and they also provided lunch for us. So I'm excited for that. And let's see what they're up to right now.
We just completed our first visit to Horse Plus. I'm surprised we're not leaving with 5, 10, 15 animals. Just amazing place, amazing people here. Everybody loves animals.
You guys are doing a great work here.
Yes.
And it was a blessing to be here.
Yes, we appreciate Horse Plus so much, and we'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Kimberly. I am the vet assistant and animal health and husbandry person here at Plus Humane Society, where we focus on helping horses through any stage of life. We help young horses and old horses, but the plus in Horse Plus means that we also help dogs and cats and just about any other type of animal you could think of. This is Pilgrim, and he is one of the many horses that we have available for adoption here. You're also welcome to apply to adopt a dog or a cat, anything that might be a good fit for your family. If you're interested in adopting, you can visit our website. It's horseplushumanesociety.org, and click on the adoptions tab, and there you can see all of our available animals. And if you're interested in adopting one of them, you can just click on the animal's profile and then click on apply here. And then just don't forget to send your pictures to info@horsehumane to complete your application. Yeah, we look forward to seeing you here. Elijah just arrived. We only have 5 horses on the list today because 2 of them are getting front shoes, so that takes a little bit longer. He's backing in right now with his forage trailer. You have me. This is Jethro. Elijah is going to clean up his feet and trim them first before he shoes them, which he's doing right now.
And you have me. That puts a bow up in the sky, tells the rain to cease. We've had up, and we've had down. We've had warm nights, and we've gone round and round. What I know, this much is true. There ain't a color in the rainbow that shines like you.
So we just finished getting front shoes on Jethro. He should be a lot more comfortable. He's just real flat-footed and he's got no wall. He's just got short feet. So I think he was walking around on soles and probably bruising a little bit. So we've got some steel on him now. His feet are definitely, he's kind of crooked and his feet aren't great. They could be worse, but they're not great. We'll see how he does with time, but he's definitely off to a better start.
We've had warm nights, we've gone round.
This is Huey. He was an owner surrender a couple weeks ago, and he came in and the owner had issues with lameness with him, and we found that he has pretty bad feet, and on x-rays he has really thin soles, and so but he's rideable, and he's only 5, so if we can fix his feet, then hopefully we can get him adopted out and he'll have a great long life from here on out.
All right, so we're working on Huey here. We just finished trimming him, and I didn't take anything on the bottom of his feet. He had a lot of dressing that needed to get done, but he's super short and incredibly prolapsed here. You can see how his bars and his sole are higher than the periphery of his foot. So what we're gonna try to do for him to help him out with this is what we call a salad bowl shoe. And it's essentially a normal steel shoe, but rather than fitting flat to the foot, we twist it so that it fits kind of at an angle and that'll help keep pressure off the inside edge and also give him a little bit more distance between his sole and the ground, which will help keep him off of it and hopefully make him a little bit more comfortable and allow it time to kind of fix itself and regulate if he can manage that. So that's what we're about to do here in the forge.
That's enough to paint lonesome black and blue. I have you, you have me. That puts a bow up in the sky, tells the rain to cease. We've had a...
All right, so we just finished fitting him up, and we went to nail him up, and this foot, his wall is so thin and his anatomy is so unusual that we kept on sticking him where we shouldn't be sticking him. We fit the shoe as wide as we could go, and it was still, I mean, it wasn't working. We're not going to be able to nail anything up there. It just doesn't have enough hoof wall, and I very rarely see this. I don't know if I've ever seen blood this close to the outside. It's pretty strange, and I'm not sure what to make of it. But what we're going to do for the time being with him is just get some casting material and wrap him. Try to make him a little bit more comfortable. We have a cast on his really bad foot and a boot on the other one right now. We're gonna keep him in a stall for a little bit, hopefully, and that'll make him more comfortable in the time being. And then we're gonna take that little lull to figure out some other options, probably with some glue on shoes, to where we can do a more permanent job of supporting him and not have to worry about getting into anything sensitive with nails because his feet are so weak and his hoof walls are so thin.
It was a complicated but otherwise successful farrier day.
The adopters just got here. We're going to be showing them Vanessa and Jethro, and we'll see who they like. She doesn't like stopping, but she's good. So what do you think about her?
Yeah.
You want to adopt her?
Yeah.
All right. So who are you adopting?
We got Vanessa. I'm so excited. Hi, I'm Temperance. And
I'm Deborah.
And we decided to come to Horse Plus to find a new forever family member. And today I looked at Jolene, I looked at Vanessa, and Jethro even. And I had my heart set on Vanessa for a couple of months now. So seeing her in person and just getting to know her a little bit better in person and her personality, she was definitely the right fit. So today, I have a forever girl, and it's Vanessa. So I'm taking her home. Yeah.
Hey Faye, the lumber was delivered. Look at this. We've got wire and wow, that's heavy. Heavy. Oh, okay, it's not that heavy. It's not that heavy. Okay. We got some wire and framing nails and electrical boxes. And I can't wait. I'm so excited because if everything goes well, we'll have our offices out here and I get one of them and I'm so excited. And I can't wait to see all the education that happens here in this building. I already have some classes scheduled for June, and I'm really hoping that we have this all done because it would be so amazing to watch people sitting in this building learning about animal welfare, and I'm just so excited. I don't even know what words I'm saying. So look, it's all so cool. All the lumber is finally here. And we can start the building soon. I can't wait.
Sometimes I feel like I'm insane.
So we do have the horses coming out of quarantine tomorrow. We have, I believe, 18 coming down. Some of them you guys have already seen with treatments that the vets have been doing. But right now we're getting all the horses moved. So that way we can make room for the horses coming down. We're gonna have 3 open pastures for tomorrow. So that's gonna put about 6 horses in each pasture from the 18 coming down.
Turns a switch back on. I wanted to get older where the flowers hit the trees, where the lakes go to the rivers and the rivers through a breeze. Raise a couple kids, become an honest man. I put 100,000 miles on this van, 'cause I'm a running man. I'm a running man.
So we got everybody moved to where they need to be now. We have 3 open pastures. For the horses that we're bringing out of quarantine tomorrow, we have 18 coming down, so that'll be 6 horses in each pasture.
Our volunteer days will take place the first Wednesday of every month from 9 to noon, weather permitting. We will be doing projects like painting and cleaning and other things that will be pretty messy, so make sure you wear clothes that you don't mind getting dirty. At some point in the day, during our volunteer time, you will also get to spend a little time with our mascots Dino and Cowboy. If you want to come and spend a little time at our facility, we highly encourage you to come out to our volunteer day, and we look forward to seeing you.
So today we're up in quarantine. We're gonna be running all of the quarantine horses back up through the main working barn up here, and we're gonna give them all their boosters. We're gonna check them over and see if they're ready to come down to the main part of the facility. Altogether, we have 18 horses up here that we gotta get through, and I'm hoping to get through them in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. This is Pollyann, and we're going to be giving her boosters today. We're giving, I believe, just Strangles and ivermectin and 5-way. So yeah, we're giving her boosters and ivermectin. A lot of these kids had lice, so the ivermectin will help with that. We're also spraying them down with fly spray as they come in to help kill any lice that are on her. So we just got done with pasture 2.5. The reason I'm saying 2.5 is because a lot of the horses from pasture 2 got into pasture 3. We have 2 pastures left. We're gonna bring pasture 2 up next and get work through them. And we'll have 1 pasture left after that and we'll be done.
This is Silhouette. She's a 2-year-old little kind of like drafty pony, and she is blind. But otherwise she's perfect and super sweet and cute. And she's getting vaccine boosters and ivermectin.
Dr. Gina and Kimberly and Corey and I are up in quarantine doing some rechecks. One really unfortunate finding, this is Atlas. We operated on his face the day after he came in. He's pretty old, he's in his upper 20s. And he had some abnormalities on his blood work and he had a large puncture wound on his face. So we operated on his face, he improved, but he keeps having recurrent infections. And he's on his 4th round of antibiotics. We've changed antibiotics and he's just not improving. We did a dental on him. His teeth really weren't that bad, and you can see his body condition score. He came in at a 1 and he's maybe a 2 at best. I can still feel all of his ribs. So we have been really concerned about him. We really, really hoped that he would turn around and improve, but his face continues to recurrently swell and be enlarged, and it's irritating his eye, and we've taken radiographs and we're just not seeing any improvements from him. So we're very concerned about adopting him out, especially because of his advanced age, but we also don't want to adopt him out with a chronic infection or something that's causing immune system to not function normally. It could just be his age, but I know you're such a good boy. He's eating really well. He's been eating a ton of food and he's still not gaining any weight. So we may have to make a really hard decision with him because we don't want him to suffer on. And it's always hard to make that decision, but it's even harder when you've spent a lot of time with the horse. He's been in our hospital a lot, so I've spent a lot of time with him. But we want him to not be in pain and have a good end of his life.
This is Fernando. We just put a microchip in him and his temp is sitting at about 105.2. When I first scanned it was at 105. So we kind of stopped what we were doing. We were gonna vaccinate him, but we want to run some blood work real quick and see if there's anything going on that we need to be concerned about. He also appears to be dehydrated, so we're gonna get the vet's opinion on what we should do next. So we are done giving boosters on all the horses in quarantine. We have a few that need to stay up here for further evaluation from the vets. So altogether we will be bringing 15 horses down to the main part of the facility. A few of them are already down there. Jordan's working on running a group down right now. As soon as he's done, he's gonna let me know. I'm gonna run this group down, and then as soon as I have this group down, I'm gonna get it set up so Kimberly can run the final group down.
We just finished bringing down all the horses from quarantine. So quarantine is cleared out now and ready for new horses to come in for buyout next week.
This is Fernando. Kimberly and Corey were up in quarantine today, checking our horses that were due to come out of quarantine today, and they checked Fernando's temperature and it was quite high. It was 105. Upper end of normal for horses is 102.5. So it's not as severe as a human with a 105 temp, but it's still pretty hot. We immediately ran some blood work and his complete blood count was normal and his electrolytes were normal. He's not clinically dehydrated. He had one mildly elevated liver value. His GGT was high, but he's palpably warm to the touch and we're not quite sure why. So we're gonna do a complete physical exam and try to see if we can find out what's going on. It is hot here today, it's quite hot, and we don't know where some of these horses came from. So if he came from a much cooler climate, this is one of the first days we've had here at Horse Plus that's really warm, and he is sweating, which is a good sign, his body is responding, but we wanna know why he's having a fever. Infection is always on the list of rule outs, but his white cell count isn't elevated, so we didn't completely rule that out, but we're gonna palpate him everywhere, take a listen, and see if we can get him cooled down and more comfortable. Good boy. Yeah. Now this is one of the quickest ways to lower body temperature, but we want to know why he has a fever, not just that he has one. Horses can trap water under their hair and make almost like a thermal layer, which helps them stay warm in winter. But if you don't sweat scrape a wet horse, it actually can limit the evaporative cooling of water. So you always wanna remove the excess water from a hot horse. Yeah, he is steamy. 52. Okay, so elevated but not on fire, abnormal, but still high. 102.8. So we're almost back to normal, which is awesome. And I've got him an area set up where he can go inside where he's got an automatic water in a stall with a fan, but so he can also go outside in a run out paddock too. So he's got some choices. Huey's gonna be his buddy for the weekend. Do you feel better now, sir? This is what a good boy this is. We did not have to sedate him for all of these pokes and rectal fluids. He just let us do all of it.
This is Tom and Janet. We're from Michigan. We are visiting the Trace and we're staying at David Crockett State Park. and we were just out for a drive, and I thought we could do a drive-by, but they left the gate open. So in we came, and then he says, "You want to make a donation?" Of course I did. And now here we are. We get to go on a tour. It's so nice of them to do that.
Yep, and Janet's been an avid follower for the past 3 years or so.
Yep, it's beautiful out here. It was very nice of them to take the time to have us go around and meet everybody and just see the place. We watch it on TV all the time. And in real life, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. We had a wonderful day.
We got as behind the scenes as you can get here.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we are so excited that Outlaw, Equine, Rescue and Rehab is here to transfer some of our donkeys.
Basically, we're taking everybody except for
Winslow, Winky, and Gustavo. Roxy is going to be taking 5 donkeys. She's going to be taking Albert, Greystone, Dominic, Sully, and Hector.
And Hector. Okay, that was the other one. Okay.
All right, well, let's go do some paperwork and I'll get them run up for you.
All right, let's do it. I am Roxy with Outlaw Equine Rescue and Rehab, and Gunnar and I came today to surrender 1 horse and bring back 5 donkeys, I think, 5. We've got lots of people interested in donkeys, so came to do a transfer so that we can get them new homes.